Yeah, maybe it's going to be a million Iranians because if you bomb their country, people need a place to live. That's what happens. A Republican goes and starts a war, then the Democrats let him in.
Hey, listen, we're getting to a point. I think even Trump and everybody's realized it. We're going to have to answer the Israel question. And, you know, I'm not like SNEAKO. I'm not an anti-Semite. I'm not calling you an anti-Semite, but I'm just saying I'm not into that. But I will say this. We're looking more and more like Israel's bitch, okay? Fuck what Israel got going on. We should be fighting wars for their purpose. And we're starting, it's one of those things where we're looking like, wait, why are we beefing again? Yo, you ever had a problem with somebody and like you, after a while you're like, wait, why don't I like this motherfucker again? That's what we're kind of looking at right now. Because I thought we were beefing with Iran because they had some nuclear potential, but we bombed them to death and we killed their leader. And then now it's like, all right, cool.
They're winning the war, and they don't have nukes. Israel has nukes. Iran, there's no proof that they have nukes.
So now it's like, all right, well, they don't got no nukes. We killed their leader, but we're down to kill a bunch of other leaders until we get our leader. We're like, huh? Then it's like, well, is it about the nukes? It's like, nah, we just need them. Wait, this is some other shit now. So I'm agreed. This type of shit with Iran is looking spooky, and I think most Americans are asking the operative questions. Hey, listen, are we still doing this for us, or are we like? It feels like we're the big brother, and Israel's the little brother. Like, you know, I remember back in the day, I'm in Jamaica, right? Somebody tried to, you know, I didn't really know how to fight at that point. Some kid who was a big bully, he was big as fuck. He tried to bully me. I lived down the street from school. Listen, somehow, you know me, I'm a good finesse. I finesse. Where like the kid kind of chasing me, I run right back to my house. Like it was a couple houses away. And I basically told my big brother, I say, hey, he's trying to bully me. And my big brother was like, what you trying to do, my brother? Beat his ass. You know what I mean? That's what I feel Israel and the United States is. We don't even know what the fuck Israel got going on. We just show up, beat whoever's ass who they got beef with. And basically, they just be sitting here like, yo, it's one of those where like we're doing the dirty work, and they're like over our shoulder, like, it's kind of weird. So
basically, you know, there's nothing to support them about. I mean, you probably what I'm reading is that you have connections with the Trump administration. Maybe you can get a Mar-a-Lago invite, but it's been a disaster. We're fighting Israel's wars. They're not supporting the people they said they were going to deport. And it's been just a horrible administration so far.
No.
He went back on everything.
None of that came from the Trump administration. All I can tell you is halftime, brother. It's halftime. All right, we're at halftime right now. You see, this is where a good old coach, you know, Bill Belichick goes in. You know, he starts writing on the whiteboard. Okay, bet. All right, we killed like 5 of their leaders. Soleimani, he's fucking roasted in hell. We're gonna control that. What was that called? That Strait of Hormuz, whatever the fuck that shit is called. We're gonna control that.
Well, they have no objective to regain control over it. Iran has locked it down.
Okay, well, we're going to dick slap them around, and we're going to spend billions of dollars until we get whatever Israel tells us they want to get out of this. Okay, that's it.
Is that what you want? So you want to spend billions of dollars so Israel gets what they want?
Brother, I ain't going to lie to you. It looked like when Israel wins, we win. When we win, they win. So fuck it, bro. We're like sheep.
Well, how do we
bro,
win?
I'll be honest with you.
Whoa. How do we win if Israel wins?
You got to accept it. The United States right now, yo, it's like a team thing. It's like,
yeah, what do we gain though?
Israel,
what have we ever gained from these wars in the Middle East that Israel benefits from?
When Israel's happy, we happy.
How? Because they tell us. Because
Sneako, you ever heard the term happy wife, happy life, happy Israel, happy us?
Okay,
who's the US?
Who's the husband? Who's the wife?
The wife is clearly Israel. Like, listen, fuck it. You know, it is what it is.
You think we're fucking Israel?
I don't know if we're fucking, but
so that's not a marriage. That's not no happy. That's no happy wife or happy husband.
All I'm saying is that listen, yo, stop fighting Matrix, brother. Just accept what it is.
Nope.
When Israel's happy, we're happy.
Nope.
I don't got no beef with Israel.
What the fuck? This guy Academics is he's just a guy who's gonna take it. This guy in prison, he will be you know what?
So let's make Israel happy.
You want to eat the steak? You ever seen that movie? You want to eat the steak?
The steak? What? Yeah. What's that?
That's not a fat joke. There's a scene in The Matrix where the person says ignorance is bliss, and he knows the steak is fake, and so he decides to eat it anyway because it tastes so good. He doesn't want. He doesn't want to escape the Matrix. He wants to be in that false reality and just enjoy the falsehood.
Yo, so okay. Do you want me to stop making jokes and have a real conversation with you? I'll do it.
Sure.
So here's the thing. I don't get people like you who, I've always thought people like you and Eva Myron, your goal was to kind of spread awareness. I guess we can use the Matrix like analogy. Like, okay, good. Now we know about the Matrix. Cool. But now that we know, what is the fucking point, right? So, cool. We get it. Like, I think this Israel thing is not a secret anymore, right? Now I just look at it as,
So what do we do? You're saying?
well, I don't think people see it as a dire problem as you see it.
No,
for
they
the
do.
most part. People
This war is
acknowledge it's
extremely
happening.
unfavorable. Nobody is supporting this war. Troops are dying. Gas prices are going up. Pete Hegseth wants to get another 2.
Honestly, this guy Academics, he sounds like he like it. He accepts it. That's what it sounds like. That he don't got anything against the way things are.
$200 billion in the Pentagon. The global American empire could collapse from this.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
It's bad for American citizens.
Wait a minute. Don't just make it about this war, because whether this war stops tomorrow, next week, or whatever, this idea that the United States is intuitively tied to Israel is always going to continue. And what I'm trying to say is that, it's like me and hip hop, right?
It shouldn't.
Like,
That doesn't make sense. Why would it always continue? I don't get that. That I don't get. Academics, honestly, this guy, Academics, honestly, he's not that smart.
recently people felt like, like, wait, are you like giving up? Because I've been telling people like, there's a heavy hand behind a lot of this PR stuff, like Rock Nation or whatever. And after a while, people, it's not like an invisible hand anymore. Everyone knows it. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows about Israel, bro. Like, everybody kind of gets it. So it's like,
What now?
what's the next steps?
Okay.
Like,
I'll make an
is
analogy.
everybody mad?
I'll make an analogy. You keep talking about Jamaica. I'll make the Haiti analogy. Haiti was the first slave nation to free themselves from their slave masters. They killed their slave masters and they became an independent state. Obviously, it wasn't that successful because the banks still control them. But it's the idea that when tyranny is controlling you and oppressing you and stealing from you, you fight back because slavery.
Yeah, and isn't it like they're still paying France for freeing themselves? Something like that. It doesn't make sense, man.
Slavery is a choice. I don't want to be eating fake steak. I don't want to live as a slave. And if I die fighting against that, then I've done the right thing.
I agree. Except, I'm just trying to tell you that there's nothing going to change. So,
Not with that mentality. See, if the majority of people have that mentality, then their
true.
control is going to remain. But we shouldn't be having this ally when they take all of.
The academic mentality is the problem in this world. Academic, he got the, yeah, you know what, mentality.
Of our resources and we get nothing in return. We got nothing in Iraq war. It was a disaster. This has to change. And even if I can't change it,
hey, SNEAKO. All right. And by the way, I'm not dissing you, because I know your audience sometimes might feel like I'm like just because I think that's what they thought when I said the whole apartment. I'm not dissing you, but I'm really not.
I know.
I'm just speaking my mind. And as people might be shocked by me even saying this, because I listen to Nick Fuentes a lot, right? And I think he's smart. I think he has his own ideology. I don't agree with everything he says. I'm gonna tell you the difference between him and you. Like, I'm listening to him today, and he's clearly unhappy with Trump said third, but he has a plan of action. Hey, listen, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're unhappy. This is what we're gonna do. Mm-hmm. When I hear you, SNEAKO, I hear all complaints. You're like the girl who just complains about the relationship, but says nothing to fix it.
I said no complaints.
So it's like,
I said no complaints just now. I said that we should not have this control, and I've aligned with Nick on this issue.
Tell me plan of action. What should the American people do?
I agree with Nick that we cannot let the same administration win in the midterms. So if we need to elect somebody like Gavin Newsom to apply pressure on them to know that having this undying allegiance to Israel will not keep them popular, so that they need to change their rhetoric the same way Mamdani won in New York because he was anti-Israel. Same reason Fishback in Florida, who I streamed with and I endorsed heavily.
Are you going to be like Nick and be like, hey, I'll go as far to put my support to make sure this fucking changes? Because otherwise, it feels like you're just kind of like, it's like an echo chamber of, we get it, there's an issue, but until you're actually, because you do have influence. You know you have influence, right? We've talked about this. He has influence too, Nick. He's putting his influence behind, all right, if motherfuckers are going to go that way, we're going to galvanize people to go this way.
Right.
You give amazing social commentary, but you don't turn it into action.
No, I do.
That's where I think.
I do. See, what the difference between me and Nick is that his influence is very important politically, right and left, Republican and Democrat, galvanizing the young voters to support somebody who's not getting funded by Peter Thiel. That is where he shines. Where I shine and where my energy is going is towards bringing people to faith, because I reject right-left politics. This is why 3 years ago, I rejected the red pill manosphere. These labels are another part of the control mechanism. Even being too patriotic is part of the control mechanism. That's why people are supporting this war without knowing what's going on. I love being an American, so they want to go fight this war. I support Israel because the politicians say so. So then Gaza genocide happens.
Okay, so SNEAKO, in this midterm, what do you want to happen that could help at least not only raise awareness, but go towards a potential goal of you reversing some of the fuck shit that's happening because you're very aware of it. Again, I do listen to you even when we're not talking, right? And I listen to Nick too. Like, he always got mad solutions. He's like, listen, man, fuck these niggas. Yo, fuck all these niggas that's rocking with Trump. We gotta get Trump out of here. We go midterms. Anybody but him. He's very solution based. When I'm hearing you make great points that we could agree with, but it's more of, hey, let's join together and have a prayer meeting, rather than the other nigga who's saying, let's join together and let's let these motherfuckers hear us. Which,
And again, that's a differentiation I made. See, he's really strong politically. What I'm trying to do, what I need to do better on, I want to bring people closer to faith. The reason why the IRGC right now, although they're outnumbered, although Israel and US have way more finances, way more military equipment, helicopters, Iran would win if we deploy ground troops, because the soldiers have a different mentality, because they all know that they want to die for this cause. The US military, they're there to get a Camaro and a Charger. They're there to make some money.
I don't get this. Like, Iran already, Iran has already won. So what's there even to talk about?
They don't care about the cause. They sign up to fight because they want to afford college. People like Iran right now, why they're winning this war currently is because the people have a faith that's stronger than anything we see from the Epstein regime. If I can inspire people that same way and give strength to people in the way that we see the IRGC, then I've been successful.
Oh, hey, listen. Yo, SNEAKO, let me tell you this. I think ideologically, by the way, you've been winning with this recently. I think what you've been speaking about and preaching, not necessarily preaching, but like, speaking is like, it rings true because ideologically, I think you are pretty sound. But remember, the biggest wars in history were always religious wars. Were always based on ideas and ideological wars.
That's not true. Communism was not a religious war.
It's not just about, okay, all right.
Unless you mean atheism is communism. I don't know, man, but it's not true.
I'm on the right side of history. It's about, okay, because I feel I'm on this way, this is the action to match it. And I'm trying to hear you. I think that's the next level for you. All right, cool. You're saying this shit, but what should people do? You got to tell the people what to do. I think you have their ear. They don't know what to do, though.
I want people to get closer to their faith. That's love speech. That's that ideology. That's the best act of resistance. Because the only way you escape the matrix, this is the matrix. We're all using the US dollar.
The thing to do is to stop fucking being part of the system. Stop using your money how they want you to use your money. Stop fucking playing a part in the system. Don't fucking support the mainstream. Don't support the actors. Don't support the musicians. Listen, it's fucking easy, man. Boycott everything, man. Find fucking a place, build a house, start fucking your own food production so you don't fucking, you're not dependent on the system. It's fucking easy, man. It's just about cutting the system totally off from yourself. Your money is for you, not for the system.
We're always going to be a part of it. The only way you really escape is making it to heaven. That is the escape.
Nah,
afterlife.
Yeah, but none of that gives tangible solution. How does, in the immediate future, if you're saying A, B, and C is happening, we get it. Ideologically, people should get closer to their faith. But what should happen to change people's immediate realities and futures if they agree with you that the current status quo is not what they want or what they should accept? They're looking to you for some type of, hey, listen, we should move like this. And I get it, because you sound, and not to compare you, I feel like it's almost like a blasphemous thing. It's like Jesus saying, turn the other cheek, like, hey, pray to God.
But also it's fucking, bruv, SNEAKO is a fucking kid, bro. How the fuck should he know? He's not a kid, but how the fuck should he know what to fucking do and all of this, bruv? It's just about fucking resisting and not fucking giving up and doing what they want you to do. Because that's basically what it's all about. Not fucking being an NPC. It's just not, it's The whole thing is about not being an NPC. That's basically it.
Everything will be fine.
Basically,
After a while, it's like you have to go a little bit further or do a little
No,
bit more.
it's the opposite. I don't believe in turning the other cheek at all. I believe in fighting for what's right. I want to fight it to the end. I don't fear death.
Okay, what should people fight for? Tell me.
What's right? What's good?
Okay, so what's right and what's good? And tell me who is bad that they should fight against now.
The Epstein regime. They're very clearly evil.
Okay,
And
all right.
bringing it back to the documentary, I said Satanists control the world. I've been vindicated
Okay,
against the Epstein
okay.
files. If we understand that
You're saying stuff, but you're not actually
finishing.
having an enemy. It's like evangelicals saying, "Hey, you know, we hate Satan, or we hate people that are Satanists," but they never say who the fuck are Satanists. Okay, name the people in the Epstein regime or whoever else is anti what you're standing for. That people
every
can
day.
know those people. We're standing opposed everything they're doing. If they're running for public office, we're not fucking with them. If they're doing A,
I
we're
say this
not
every
fucking
day.
with them. If
I
they
say-
launch
I
a
say this
business,
every
we're
day.
not fucking.
I say the Zionists are part of this control. So many of the evangelical Christians, separate from Catholic and Orthodox Christians, the evangelical warmongers who believe that God blesses those that bless the state of Israel, that are trying to accelerate the end of the world. This is a religious war. Look at Hegseth and his tattoos. Look what he's turning it into. And you correctly pointed it out. They believe that Jesus anointed a light on Trump to go and bomb Iran. They're trying to turn Muslims into terrorists and evil people. They're saying Islam is the enemy. And so it's inverted. If these evil people who are encouraging war say Islam is the enemy, then there must be truth. That must be if we can identify the evil. Look at what they're pinpointing as the
All
enemy.
right, SNEAKO, you say a lot. You're not saying too much. Is Donald Trump the enemy or not, bro? Straight up.
He's one of them.
Okay, so in what you're saying is that, you know, obviously you're not going to galvanize people to violence or anything, but you would say
Are you saying
your
you're
message to
Are you in the
your
back- are
message
you
to your
taking a shit right
supporters
now?
would be: do not support Donald Trump in his current existence because he is going against what is right and what is within what we see as moral, right?
Right, but it's bigger than Trump. Israel completely controls America. They have their own objectives. They want to expand into greater Israel. And they're using
Hold on.
America as a vessel to get this
Okay.
job accomplished.
By the way, that's a great point you're making. However, we start with tangible things. So if you galvanize your audience and you say, "Hey, listen,
What the fuck
we need to
is
get Trump the fuck on out of
Trump
office."
talking
Like,
about,
you know,
man?
maybe we were fooled, we were hoodwinked, we were bamboozled. He's not the guy. He's not working for. It was a psyop. He's working for the people who are really the enemy.
For Israel, yes.
The first order of business, and that's what I was mentioning, Nick. He is staunch on it. Yo, they gotta lose. They gotta get out of here. We don't care. We'll vote for anybody. We'll vote for a
I
fucking
said it in the
party.
conversation. I think right and left is also a part of that control mechanism. And it gives us this false belief that we're part of something greater when really both sides are used to keep us divided and keep us fighting. And so you get liberals and Democrats and people like,
and I agree with you, except here's the thing. And I don't know if I'm blazing Nick a little bit too much. I probably am. But at least with that nigga, I could tell he's like, I'm just playing leverage. I don't give a fuck about nobody but what we got going on. All right, bet. Yeah, both sides are rotten. But if you don't listen to what we want, we'll get you the fuck on out of there.
and it's very successful and it's a great strategic move. And I align with that movement. I've spoken at his rallies and I agree with the sentiment, right? The biggest way we can affect it right now, because all of the control and the media, the propaganda, and even their top colony, America, if we can be here fighting against that propaganda and getting the government to steer in a direction away from Israel, then we're doing the right thing.
Okay. All right. So, you know, so politically, you would say, listen, would you rather people not vote in the midterms? Would you rather them keep their vote? Would you rather them vote Democrat? Like, what's your solution? Like, I like solution-based shit.
I think the best call to action is to fight against the propaganda right now, especially because the people in charge of America, they care so much about the reputation and they care about what people think, and they want to have a strong movement. The MAGA movement was so successful because they became populist so quick, it became a cult. If you can fight against that mentality by speaking the truth, then you can beat that from within, and then less people will die. I think it is a good strategy on paper to vote left, but at the same time, these people compromise as well. And I don't want to give people the false sense that this is the be-all, end-all solution. But I do think it will. I think that it steers them away from their Israel support in the short term.
Okay. All right. Well, let's look long term. What do you think is a long-term solution that could make people, that would make the United States or our government?
Do you know James Fishback? Do you know the guy I had on stream? I was there when the people were shipping out.
Yes.
Yeah. He's running for governor. He's a Catholic. He's not taking AIPAC money. He's saying so many things. Almost everything he says, I agree with. Supporting people like that, getting them into office is doing the right thing. And although he might not be perfect too, maybe he will switch up. But that effort.
Isn't that the case with Trump though, right? Because like, Trump was kind of like the anti, lobbyist type of guy.
Yeah,
most of, obviously, he supposedly was a billionaire before, but most of the money for his campaign came from small donors for the first campaign, and then, not that much for the second campaign. So what do you like? How do you make sure that someone is impervious to being
taking impact money? We got to support people who make it a major part of their campaign. Fishback has made that the major focus of his campaign for governor in Florida. He's saying, I'm not taking impact money. That's what he's known for. We need to support people like that.
Well, and listen, you have a huge voice. You're down there sometimes in South Florida. Why don't you, speak with him?
I do. I did 2 streams with him. I'm going to stream with him again soon. I talked to him. He's a great guy. And then, I support him completely.
Okay.
And so that is a perfect example of a call to action. But I don't want people to put full faith into these politicians because humans always make mistakes. Humans are flawed and they're going to let you down. The only being that can't let us down is God. That's the most important thing to follow. I don't follow right, left, Republican, this. I follow God. And then if people align with that, then I can do my best to try to support them. But you can't put full faith into them because they will let you down.
I'll fuck with it.
Are you in the toilet right now?
Huh?
You heard me.
Am I what?
Are you in the bathroom? Are you taking a dump right now?
No, nigga.
Where are you?
My office.
Why is the camera off?
Oh, I'm eating chicken wings, nigga. Well,
Okay.
But yeah, SNEAKO, man, I want you to use your voice, my boy.
I do. I've been streaming more than since we last streamed in New York. I've been in crazy hours. I took some time off a little bit. I wasn't streaming as much when I was in Saudi. I came back and my goal, I've been trying to stream 8 to 10 hours every single day.
It's not only streaming, it's like, it's taking a stance. I want you to take a stance.
I do.
Like we have a lot of social.
What the fuck is Akademiks talking about?
Commentators, we don't have enough leaders. We have a lot of people who could correctly break down what's happening with no solutions. We need the people with solutions. Like, I can listen to you, Myron, and you guys give a great breakdown of what's going on. And I'm like, you know what? These guys are pretty good. They're smart.
Solutions. I think the most important use of my voice is inspiring people to get closer to God, because then you're able to resist so much of that programming. That's something you don't see in the manosphere. It's not. That's why I say take the God pill, not the red pill. If you're immune to so many of their vices that they offer you, if you follow God and God alone, and you don't worship celebrities or money or fame, that's the most important.
Yeah, but I disagree with that. There's a reason why it's called influencers, bro. Like, most people look towards others to make decisions for them.
They shouldn't.
So I get it. But you're speaking to a really small minority. They're smart enough to take information, digest it, break it down, make their own opinions. Most people are followers. It's the reason we're on social media. People follow other people.
But they shouldn't be followers. And that's the point. That's what I'm trying to do with my voice. People shouldn't be followers of influencers and others. The best influencer is God. That's what I want to bring people to. I don't even want people to be like, oh, they say like, I'm an undying SNEAKO fan. I say, don't believe that, because I'm capable of mistakes and I will mess up. That's one thing that's guaranteed. God is perfect. Follow God and God alone. And then everything falls into place. The reason it's so corrupt right now is because people worship themselves and their desires. There's a moral problem. There's a morality issue.
Exactly.
You're right. But again, that's thinking people are that's putting an unrealistic standard for people. Unrealistic.
Why?
Most people are followers. Most people are stupid. And most people, even if you gave them the formula, they would still fuck up the pie. You tell them 2 + 2 is 4. You give them the test, 2 + 2, and you give them a Scantron test, they'll say 44. People like, it's a reason why religion's a thing. People are always influenced.
That makes no fucking sense. Honestly, academic, he makes no fucking sense all the time, bro. Honestly, how the fuck do people even hang out with academics, bro? He's just a fucking retard, bro.
And they're always being led. There's a few independent thinkers. It's the reason why you're popular. If everybody had independent thought, you would not be popular.
And that's the problem. Yeah, that's what I want to fix. You can only be an independent thinker if you remove other influences that have corruption in their brains. The one.
If you fix that problem, you wouldn't be you. and you never have the influence.
But you can only do the best you can to try to fix that problem.
And I get that. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm trying to say is that we're trapped in a cycle where the problem that you're describing is almost unescapable.
Right. And the only way you really escape, as I said earlier, is in the afterlife. What the ultimate test is not here about right and left politics or Trump or Biden. It's about, are you going to go to heaven or hell? That is the ultimate test. This stuff is all.
No. Listen, you cannot live like a coward in this world and then expect to get to heaven. Forget about it.
Temporary. The afterlife is eternal. That's the most important thing we can do with our time and our energy every day. What are you doing to make it to eternal paradise and avoid eternal hellfire? You understand?
No, I hear you, man. Again, I think a lot of times when I'm hearing you say really good stuff, it goes off in the realm of
All this shit about in next life, in the next life, forget about it. We're living in this life. We're gonna act in this life. All this next life, we don't got time for that. That's for next life. That's why it's called next life. For this life, we need to act what is needed for in this life.
really sound ideology that no one would say, no, you're bugging. But it's not based in reality in what we're seeing, in what we're experiencing, and in what will happen. And that's where it becomes an echo chamber, and that's where you realize that at the end of the day,
you're seeing the smaller picture. It's not just about this temporary life. You understand that afterlife is eternal. You're going to be dead forever. We're guaranteed a short time on this earth. We don't know if maybe this is our last conversation. Tomorrow's not promised.
So SNEAKO.
Exactly. That is why we have to act in this life. We cannot just be passive and just be like, oh, I pray it gets better. No. You gotta be active.
So essentially, you're just saying you're a preacher. You're just saying, hey, listen, I'm preaching. You know, it's a big difference between being a preacher and a politician.
No, I'm not a preacher. I'm a truth seeker. You know, I'm seeking knowledge as much as I can. Because I think knowledge is how you protect yourself.
Well, I don't think it's fair to say you're just seeking knowledge, because I feel like you're not a blank canvas to think that the religion that you're following isn't the knowledge and the truth, unless you're still trying to figure out.
No, it's absolutely the truth.
Okay, so it's not necessarily you're a truth seeker.
I'm seeking knowledge. I said there's so much more to learn. You will never learn everything about your faith. There's so much more that we have to every day. It's an every single day test that you have to pass.
I get that.
You know, about yourself, about what happened in history, about the stories, about how people act and how they operate. There's an endless amount of knowledge, and I think that's the most important use of our energy. It's not better spent anywhere else.
SNEAKO, as I said, man.
I'm gonna let you go, Ak. Enjoy those wings, man.
SNEAKO, just remember, you're ideologically sound, but anybody can be Gandhi. Huh? You can say the right shit. You can say the right shit. Everybody wants to.
No, not anybody can be Gandhi.
No. Gandhi. You could look for the truth. You want to find the best way to do this. You want to be peaceful, blah, blah, blah. But at some point, you got to be real fucking realistic.
I don't think you understand. I'm not saying be peaceful, be Gandhi. But fighting is part of this. You have to fight against evil. I'm not saying turn the other cheek. I'm saying if someone strikes you, you have to strike back.
Stop talking in ideology to me. Tell me who's evil and tell me how we fight against it.
Israel is evil, and you fight against them by refusing their propaganda, by fighting for what's right.
Okay, so what should we do if we feel like there's people in our government that's added to what Israel got going on?
You speak up against them, and you try to support people.
Speak up against? Come on, that's it?
You speak out against them, and you endorse people who have the right values.
Trump seemed like he had the right values first.
He did. He did. And again, we're going in circles. That's what I'm saying. You can't put your full faith into these people because they always let you down. There's only one being.
Listen, don't put no faith in no people. Only trust yourself, your eyes, and yourself. Nobody else.
That will never let you down. That's the most important. And when they lie and when they switch up, you got to make sure you're heard. You don't,
Of course, trust God and all of this, but don't trust no human.
become an undying loyalist like these MAGA loyalists who now love war after they hated it. You have to correct them when they're wrong.
All right, Steve. Have a good night, brother.
Peace, bro. Whew. How was that? WRL. WRL. He was kind of doing, you ain't got the answer, SNEAKO. SNEAKO.
Honestly, boring. It was just boring. Academics don't know shit. SNEAKO knows, but listen, Academics is just an idiot. Like fucking SNEAKO is gonna fucking have all answers to fucking solve all the world's problems, bruv. It's just so fucking moronic. But yeah, I don't know, man. It was an okay clip.